welcome back to Please Clap, a show about our world and how we got here. It's been a while. We haven't recorded, as I'm sure all of you can see, all of our faithful listeners holding out hope that we'll one day return. I mean, you could probably see from our Twitter activity that we're still alive, but we're not giving up on the podcast. What's that?
Said thank you, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rob.
Unless you don't like the Twitter, in which case those are probably the ones that Chan did.
Yeah. No, wait. Yeah. So, I'm sure you can see in the feed, there's another episode, a longer episode. But this is just the past, present, and future of Please Clap, a podcast that we started like a year ago and have done like 6 episodes. Mm-hmm. And that's because all right, let's start in the past, from the very beginning.
9/11 really affected us all. I think that's kind of where we need to begin there.
I never got through it, y'all.
Oh yeah, and that sultry man speaking is Rob.
Yeah, hi. I meant to say Benghazi instead of 9/11. It would have been a little bit more topical.
And sitting next to me is my beautiful wife, Nico.
Hey, what's up, guys? I think it's the same intro that I do every single time. If not, don't hold me to it.
I think it was, it's Nico, right?
It's Nico, but I'm sorry. I wanted to speak a little bit more.
Yeah, okay. So, anyways, so this all started because Nico and Rob are freaks about politics, and they like talking about it ad nauseum, and of course, being the millennials that they are.
Rude to say nausea, but
Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah,
Being the millennials that they are, they decided, hey, we should start a podcast, but also didn't actually do anything about it. And I said, hey...
This seems like a real abdication of
I
responsibility.
feel called out. Thank you very much.
I said, hey, let's actually do that. And Nico was like, I don't know. And I was like, let's do it. And so I believe I came up with the name. Rob came up with a banging intro
Very
track.
banging.
It's so good. I wish the Ableton free trial period was longer, because I'd love to make more of those, but
Yeah,
that's beside the point.
We can't be spending more money on
Someone
Dolls.
buy it for me.
Yeah. Once we get that Patreon money.
Yeah.
So anyways, what we started talking about the podcast, and we were like, there's a million podcasts out there. Like, how are we going to set ourselves apart? And so we came up with the idea of doing like a semi-historical, semi-current events show, not unlike Last Week Tonight. And we wanted it to be like a very professional, well-produced, good show every week, and not just a bunch of people chattering on like we are now. And turns out that's pretty hard to do that on a semi-regular basis. And what's his face, Toucan Sam, up on the Last Week Tonight, has a team of writers that pump out like a 20-minute episode every week, and that's like a shit ton of work. And we're trying to do an hour and a half podcast every 2 weeks. And
I never really found it
tough.
difficult. I just didn't like doing it. But it was always very easy for me.
Same, but also my debilitating shyness, I think, was also just one of my biggest fears on just talking. And even right now, it's a little hard, but it did feel a little difficult for me in the beginning, because I'm just like, what do I say? How do I say it? And how will people take it? Which is not a good thing. Let's just put it
it's a natural thing.
Yeah, you just have to
Okay,
develop
I'm
a sense of
rambling.
humor that's completely predicated on people being annoyed with you, and that's what you find funny. And then you're just really anxious after you record something, and you're always texting Chan to like take things out or like add in things. But while you're recording, it's great. You're fine.
See, that's my problem, is while I'm recording, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I saying? No one's laughing. There is, like, it's not like a laugh track where like, oh, ha, 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 you said something funny. It's just like, oh, that was okay.
Yeah,
feel like a normie.
Well, and to Rob's point about taking things out and worrying about what went on during the podcast, another thing that held you up was the fact that you worked for the Florida Democratic Party, and we were boo. We were talking about some things.
True. Get him out of here.
We were talking about
Fuera.
neolibs in the not so positive light,
Right.
and we sort of had to hold back quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I had to rein Rob in because he is a very passionate, very hateful, very loving and spiteful person.
No.
Okay, well,
Come on, guys.
thank
No.
you and fuck you, but thank you.
And no, it's good. Like it makes for good content. But when you can't say everything that's on your mind, when everything on your mind is really good, like Rob's beautiful odd mind, then I just hate editing things out that I think are funny. But I'm
Right.
like, will this get
Yeah.
Nico in trouble at her
Yeah.
job?
Right. Yeah. Now, Rob, you are free to go.
This is Please Clap Unchained.
After dark.
After dark.
Unchained cross Revengeance Reckoning.
Yeah. So think of
please
this
clap.
as-
Please clap. Dawn of Reckoning Unchained. There we go. That's the one.
Think of this as season 2, I guess. I don't know. So, like I said, the original concept for the show was to make these produced episodes and these very broad topics. I mean, I think the last thing we talked about was vaccines. Like, holy shit.
It's a
Like
big
that's like an hour and a half H-bomber video. Like it's a lot. And you can't cover hardly any of it in like an hour and a half, speaking between like 4 people, coming up with all sorts of anyways, it's difficult. And so a podcast can't really survive or grow on that sort of pace. And I did a lot of like editing and taking things out and restructuring things when I didn't feel like I'm a perfectionist. So it's really tough for me to put stuff out that I feel comfortable with, especially when it's this high of effort. And so I think we've come to the conclusion that we need to not try so hard.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's true.
be grateful for those 6 episodes to all. I think like maybe 4 people that have listened to all 6 episodes. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Be
Right.
grateful. Not getting that
think-
anymore, but you will get episodes on a much more regular schedule.
And they will be much worse.
Much worse,
Yeah.
which will make them better.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
sound real dumb sometimes, guys.
Yeah, it's
no
not
more
gonna be
editing. We're
perfect.
done with editing.
No more
I'm
editing.
going back to recording on my webcam. We're not going to cut anything. I'm not going to rearrange things. Stream of consciousness. Tight 75-minute episodes with no editing.
Hey, quick edit. So I almost forgot to make an excuse as to why we haven't made a new episode in like 6 months. Since recording the anti-vax episode, Nico and I's lives have changed like completely. As I said, I said she worked for the Florida Dems, but for a spell I did as well. And then how many people got laid off?
About
19?
19 people got laid off.
Yeah. So
unexpectedly.
we'll talk about that probably in the future. Nico was preparing a large expose episode, and while that was taking place, we moved. I moved away from my hometown for the first time. We're only a few hours away from
I swept him away.
from Old Tally, but still, I'm not near any of my good friends like Rob.
I don't really leave the house,
but,
though, so we're still seeing
True,
each other
true.
at almost exactly the same amount.
Yeah, and I scored a pretty sweet job. So that's it's been a lot. There's been a lot of changes. I could probably list off several more. I spend most of my time painting little Warhammer figurines, but
and that's where most of the time is gone, from my estimation. He's calling me up at 4 a.m. and he's like, you're gonna get into it, right? You're gonna get into it. Yeah, I don't have paint.
Look at what I painted.
He sends you links about contrast paints and what base to use.
Look at how much. Look at all the lore.
Look at my Adeptus Mechanicus Arbiter. I painted him in the War Boy colors.
Hey,
don't make fun of them because I'm into it now too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
no. Nicole's look very good.
Thank you.
I'm happy that she's got this hobby. Shan, yours are cool too.
Oh yeah. And we also both read the entirety of Invincible. So that's where the rest of
busy for me, even though I'm not working.
The rest of our time has gone. And then I work about 1 hour a day, 4-hour work week. But don't tell them that. My dream is for people like 200 episodes in the future to go back to the first 6 episodes and be like, oh man, that was when Please Clap was good. It was all downhill from there. So yeah, we are going to continue doing episodes like that. We're still gonna do effort posting, and then in the meantime, we're just gonna talk about shit. So,
and what shit it is.
There's a lot of it.
There is.
It keeps coming out. I don't know who's responsible, but we'll get to the bottom of it. So I guess the last thing that I would say, other than to follow us on Twitter at Please Clap Show, is to follow us on YouTube. I'm not gonna give like some URL or anything like that, but look us up on YouTube.
Ask a parent for help and type in https:/.
So that's where our content is going to aggregate in the future. All our future episodes, we're going to be live streaming there, making dumb videos and stuff on YouTube.
I would say good videos, but
good and dumb, stupid good.
Well, my parts will be really smart and good, but if yours can be whatever you want. But mine are just going to be good. So
okay,
stay tuned for that.
He's an intellectual. Okay, don't you forget about that. Okay.
I sometimes
don't get it twisted.
So yeah, YouTube, just look up Please Clap, and skip over the Ted Cruz videos or Jeb Bush videos.
How quickly we forget our origins. How quickly history fades to black.
Yeah, wow. I mean, how quickly Jeb Bush fades from the.
He's like that Simpsons meme.
Oh yeah, and good job for him doing that. Or fuck, I don't.
Fuck.
We're all glad.
We're leaving that in.
We're all glad. Yeah. And that because we're not editing anymore. So. Perfect.
Sorry. No, we will we will still edit. Just I'm not gonna try and protect Rob's ego anymore.
Fuck.
So yeah, YouTube.com. Look up Please Clap. You'll see our logo and stuff, and subscribe to that, and then you'll get all the future stuff there. Please enjoy our future content. The first of which you can probably listen to right above this on whatever podcasting thing you listen to, Spotify, Apple.
That was really good, Chan. That was a really good good wrap up there.
Oh, thanks.
That was really smooth.
Could you help me out with the wrap up of the wrap up?
Yeah, we're done talking about this now, so go listen to the other actual episode that is right above this.